Hey, Chris.
Yes, Craig.
I'm a wise video game consumer.
Good for you.
You know why?
Why?
Because I buy all my games and consoles used.
Is that really the wise thing to do?
Used video games, Chris.
Yes.
Used video game consoles.
Oh, yeah.
I just bought a used Wii yesterday. And then a second used Wii yesterday. And then brought it back and bought a new Wii U yesterday.
Busy day.
But let's talk about... Other than my loss of gas yesterday, let's talk about buying used games after the important information.
Okay. Let's do it.
What's the important information?
I think you should mention the website.
The website. That's right. CraigandChris.com will bring you to our YouTube channel where you can click the subscribe button, which is somewhere in the channel.
Okay.
They keep moving it.
Yes.
It's Google. All right?
Okay. How much
Google!
Magazine.
Quit messing with us.
Yep.
We also have a magazine, as Chris so eloquently reminded me.
Yep.
Is it eloquently?
Sure.
Reminded me?
I said magazine.
I'm getting there.
I said magazine.
The magazine stores all of our wonderful, happy, exciting, also depressing stories of anything going on in the gaming and technological universe that interests us and
hopefully interests you.
So go to www.craigandchris.com/flipboard because it's powered by Flipboard.
Oh, see, I wasn't expecting that.
I know. I kind of threw you a curveball on that one. And if you're a sponsor interested in sponsoring the show, email me, Craig at CraigTheTechTeacher.com.
Please do.
Please do.
But until then, let's talk about used games.
Let's talk about used games.
Used games.
Used games.
Let's see, the first used game system I got was a Nintendo 64.
Oh, okay.
Actually, from Funko Land.
Funko
I
Land!
don't think they exist anymore.
Man, I forgot about Funko Land. Not a bad choice. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Fine. Still have it.
You know why?
Why?
Because it was a cartridge-based Nintendo system.
Yeah, probably true.
That's exactly why. And I'm going to tell you guys, gaming is not what it used to be, hardware-wise, specifically.
Yeah.
If you go into the way that these systems are being engineered and developed now, and you start to understand the hardware that's inside of these devices, these new Xboxes and these new everything, and how hot they run, and basically the cheapness of the components that are being used.
At the core, they're self-destructive.
Essentially, these things aren't really designed, and they can say it all they want till they're blue in the face. Do you understand how hard it is to get a piece of hardware that runs that hot for that long of a period of time and that small of a chassis for years and years on end? I mean, it's not like in the Nintendo days where the Nintendo box was like this big gray box and the components were like durable and reliable and they didn't run extraordinarily hot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's heat. I work in electronics, guys. Heat destroys. Heat destroys.
So you're saying these guys aren't built to last?
They aren't built to last.
Okay.
They're not. They're just simply not built to last anymore. And it's not their intention. I'm sure they would love to be able to make one that could last 5-10 years.
They just don't.
But when you're competing in a hardware market and you're trying to get the most horsepower out of the smallest chassis possible, what's the first thing to go?
Durability.
Long-term durability.
Yeah.
It's the first thing to
Get
go.
rid of it.
It's how it is. It is what it is. It's part of the deal.
And games are so expensive, and systems are so expensive.
I know. And on that note, let's have them tell you a little bit. Have you tell the viewer a little bit about your Xbox buying history.
Okay, well, if you've seen in a previous video, I did mention that I bought several Xboxes for some kid brothers of mine, and every single one of them crapped out.
How many's every single one of them? Just a rough estimate.
At least five.
And you bought them all used?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
And now the one you bought new, how long did that one last?
Depends on which one.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, part of this isn't necessarily just the used. Part of it's the red ring stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Because every single one of them red ringed that I got.
Okay.
But after they switched to the Elite, I didn't have any problems. But for the kids, I still would get the cheapest one. Mm-hmm. And every time.
Every time.
And like I said in the previous video, it got to the point where it would break and I'd go, it's been a month already? because they were breaking every month, like
Wow.
on the dot.
Yeah.
And which was good because they were
sweet.
still
Time
within,
for my monthly visit to GameStop.
Well, not only did they break, but they break within that. Oh, good! I can still take it back and get another piece.
Oh,
of crap.
the 30-day one. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's always good. If it's gonna break,
It was good, but then it was like at some point you just get tired of going in there. You're like,
yeah, it broke again.
give me one that isn't going to red ring.
We can't guarantee that, sir.
So,
Sorry.
well, you get the white ones, and you just know that sucker's going to die.
I'm going to give them a little bit of inside information here. I used to work at a used video game store, as you know. I used to work at Electronics Boutique when I was in high school.
Yep.
I worked there for 2 years.
Yep.
And let me tell you guys something about the used game
In the
market.
mall, brah.
In the mall, brah. Let me tell you something about the used game market. When you trade something in, I don't know if you guys ever noticed this. Ever. But we don't really check to see if the stuff works. Ever. I mean, we test it. Test it. Here's some inside information, guys. Your consoles that you buy used, they're not tested. Refurbished, that's another story. Refurbished are a different beast, because refurbished are sent back. Okay? So when they toss these words around, like used and refurbished and new, refurbished actually means it was sent back to the factory. They rebuilt it with the most commonly failed components, ran it through tests, then they do something called certified or certify it. Okay, so they actually test the unit.
You know.
Now, if you buy something used, that means some guy walked in there, threw it on my table, and I said, yeah.
Bam.
I said, yeah, everything's there. He's like, bam. And I said, yeah, everything's there.
Man.
We brought it in the back. They threw it in a box. They boxed it back up. They put pre-owned on it, resold it to you 4 times as much.
Do you remember this? This reminded me of this story. Back in the day, I was going to buy the Xbox original and KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. And you said, oh yeah, because I had a PlayStation that one of my kid brothers, who I previously mentioned, broke. Like the disc tray. Like I had to glue it back together to get rid of it.
Oh, kids. Oh, right.
It didn't work. And I said, dude, is that because he was working there at the time, I said, can I trade this in? Even though it's dead. The disc tray is dead. And he goes, they'll take it. So I take it back in, and I was panicked because I'm an honest. Like,
And I wasn't the guy who traded it in either, so it's not like he walked in and gave it to me.
I'm too honest for my own good. I had this sucker, the little tray lid thing was glued on where the PlayStation logo was. It was glued back into place. Thing did not run.
Was that a PlayStation 2?
Yeah, PlayStation 2.
Oh, there was a special exception for those.
Was there?
Yeah.
Well, this was no except the
No,
kid broke it.
we had 2 separate codes. Because the PlayStation 2s were failing like crazy.
Oh.
We had a trade-in code for a broken PlayStation 2.
Oh, yeah, you said not to worry about it, and I went in there and because see, I'm like too honest, like for my own good. And the guy goes, "I'm trading it in." He goes, "Does it work?" And I just went, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
It's like echoing in your head. Does it work?
I really wanted the Xbox.
Does it work?
Exactly. And he just kind of leans in and goes, "I just need to know so I don't sell it to somebody else." And I went, "No."
That was Jeremy. That had to have been Jeremy.
I went, "It doesn't work."
He's like, I know. Most of them do not.
And I said, "It doesn't work." He's like, "Cool." And he takes it, throws it back onto a pile.
It's like cartoon. It's like in our head, it's like a cartoon. Xbox. But no, seriously, know your labels, people. And that's what kind of like, should you buy pre-owned? Never in the console world buy a pre-owned console. Ever. Because when people walk in there and they trade in their consoles, 90% of the time it's because the console's acting up. And I learned this while I was working there. But the problem is you can't recreate like those disc read errors because they happen intermittently. Or like for PlayStation, it was like no disc in tray or something was the error that kept coming out. Or for Red Ring, it was even that way. It was intermittent. It happened so we couldn't test it.
There's a little white Xbox that I have in my in a storage at home that I've been thinking about, and it overheated, but it didn't outright break. So I'm pretty sure that's going to pass the little 10-second inspection.
That's what I mean. That's how it is. So unless it's refurbished, Avoid used consoles at all costs.
That's a good idea.
And even then, you have to trust the reliability of the refurbished test. I would say if you're in the market to buy a console, the savings should be substantially cheaper, which we're going to get to that in a second. I don't know how long this video is going to go.
I don't know.
The savings should be significantly cheaper than the new one in order to justify getting a refurb.
Right.
Because it's just the consoles, you can buy the used games because you can look at the disc, right? You can look at the disc, see if it's torn all to hell. But with the consoles, you just don't know if you're buying a ticking time bomb. That
you do bring up an excellent point as far as significantly higher savings, because I don't see that much anymore at GameStop.
No.
You go in to buy a game months after its release, and it's like, here's the new one for $56, and you could get it used for $54.
Yeah, that's how it is now.
And I'm going, what the hell happened?
I know. It used to be you could go in there. They had like this. Even when I was working there, we had these like buy 3 used games, get 3 free.
They still got decent deals, but
or buy one get one half off.
There's no. It doesn't seem like there's a good like steady decrease.
No,
it stays at like 50 for like a couple months.
You know why that is?
There's been several times where I've gone in to get a game.
You know why that is?
Why?
Demand.
I guess
there's just so much demand for games.
There's been several times where I've gone in to get a game there used, and it was actually cheaper new. Not there, but somewhere else. That's like crazy. If I went to Target or Walmart, it'd be cheaper than if I bought it used.
Yeah, well, I think that's just them taking advantage
insane.
Of. Yeah, I think that's them taking advantage of really owning the used market now.
It doesn't become worth it until the game's like 4 years old.
Dude, the demand is crazy out there right now. I was just talking to a guy at not Disc Replay, it's Michiana Used, and it's our local just like mom and pop shop used game store. Okay, and I walked in there and I was telling him, I'm like, so do you go on eBay to get all your stuff and you resell it here to markup? He goes, dude, I can't even do that anymore. He goes, the used game market is in such high demand. He's like, I can't even buy stuff on eBay cheaper than I'd sell it here for, because like everybody knows the price. What everybody's doing eBay to research what stuff's worth.
Yeah,
and so when people walk in my door, they know what the value of what they have is already. It used to be that we had exclusive information.
It was sneaky,
but it's not like that anymore. So everything's expensive for used now.
Yeah,
because people can research.
Yeah, exactly.
And I decided with this Wii U adventure that I'm on right now that I am never selling a console or games ever again, like the physical, tangible games, because they're going away.
Yeah.
But just after seeing that one video we did with Nintendo and the freaking prices of a Nintendo game now are like $300-$400 for some of them.
Yeah. Well, when I came over, when you said that,
I had all those games.
When you said that, I checked, and there was one game that I have is like $100, and that was Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes for GameCube. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I had so many good games that I just traded in.
I don't.
So stupid. Don't do it, people.
It used to be worth it, and it used to be kind of, I don't know, it's become too corporate, maybe? I don't know. It used to be kind of black markety, so it's kind of lost some of that fun.
Yeah. Well, it's the people who have the money, we're grown up now.
Do you want a strategy guide? Nope. Are you part of our frequent buyers club? Nope. Do you want the magazine?
Yeah,
no.
that guy, I swear, went to like Nintendo salesman school when I went in there. He knew everything I wanted. He just knew it.
Are you telling me that you just want to buy the game you came in for? Yep. That's insane, man. That's what it's like.
Not cool.
Not cool.
Anyways, what do you guys think of what were we talking about again?
The used games.
Buying used
games. I don't think they're worth it anymore.
Nope. Used consoles, do not do it. Avoid it like the plague. Maybe go refurbished.
Well,
in my opinion,
this is another thing that I did.
What are your used console experiences?
This is one thing that you do need to get said real quick before we close. Is that if you're looking to support, I hate to say it, I kind of use used games as a weapon. If I'm pissed at a developer for, I don't know, ending a game badly,
BioWare, not BioWare, EA,
yeah, or EA. If there's a game that I want to play that they do, and I'm angry at them, and I have like a blood feud with them, I'll buy it used because they don't get credit. But if there's a company that I'm like, they do good work, I love this game, I will go out of my way to buy it new so that
AKA Rockstar Games.
Or, yeah, like tons of people. I mean, Naughty Dog.
No, yeah. Make me want to buy my PlayStation 3 again because that
other
game just came out.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming out. Give us your opinions. What is your experience in buying used games and game consoles? I think games perfectly fine.
When they have their deals,
but look at the disc first. But with consoles, don't do it. Don't do it. It's only gotten worse. Their standards for it's gotten worse.